Hi, David. How are you?
James, that was a heck of a graphic, traveling across the globe out of Hudson, Ohio.
Yes, we give credit to Kate for that. She did a wonderful job with that. Listen, so I know there's a lot of people trying to jump on board and exploit the Arizona shooting. Tell me how you feel about that.
James, it's actually, there's supposedly an ancient Chinese curse that says, may you live in interesting times, and I think these are the times that we are living in. Because I've been following these issues for a very long time now, and I've been following the rhetoric for a very long time now, and I have never seen it this polarized. It's disturbing and it's unsettling. Not just for what I see on the political front, and we can discuss that in a moment, some of the more asinine political solutions that are being forwarded out there, but the sheer hypocrisy, the hatred that I'm seeing coming in, and it's almost like there is no reasoning. The country is so polarized right now that no discourse is possible with people who will not allow us to live our lives without them controlling us. We've seen just the other night, I just saw a clip that was really disturbing. It was Bill Maher appearing on Jay Leno's Tonight Show. And he essentially said that the NRA needs to change its name to the Assassins Lobby. And then he goes on to say, don't tell me that you want guns because of some Second Amendment principles. Admit that it's a vice like drug use or alcoholism or whatever, and just admit that. And the bottom line is, people in the audience applauded this guy. And yet the left is the ones, they're the ones who are telling us that we need to be the ones to tone down the rhetoric. And yet what I see out there is ideological lynch mobs that are forming. And I find it quite troubling. James, I'm going to take my cue from you. My sound on this end just went out, so I did not hear a word that you just said, but I was watching you and I did see that your lips stopped moving. So I'm going to try my best at this point to address some of the points that I wanted to make, and if there's anything else that we need to discuss, maybe we can type it in over the bottom of our Skype connection. But I did want to talk about Carolyn McCarthy of shoulder thing that goes up notoriety, which was her description of the barrel shroud, trying to introduce a magazine ban as a solution to this. Bob Brady, another representative who wants to make it a crime to send a representative a symbol that could be perceived as a threat. So apparently if you send someone a picture of the Don't Tread on Me flag, they could take that and construe that as a threat, and that would now be a federal crime if this guy gets his way. Louise Slaughter, another representative, just introduced something that's very scary, where she wants the FCC to get involved with television and radio and basically have the government dictate that which is acceptable speech and that which should be prohibited. Well, we might as well go back to Soviet control of, Pravda and the organs of state media at that point. And then particularly troubling, and I believe you and Mark are going to be talking about this a bit later, is Republican Peter King of New York, who wants to put a 1,000-foot bubble around politicians and make that into a no-guns zone. All of these are ridiculous, and what I'm seeing on these is that they're trying to control those of us who are controlling ourselves. It will do nothing to control the people who have no self-control. which appears to be what all gun control has always been about.
Yeah, I think most of these people, and as a matter of fact, Mark is going to come on in just a minute, and I think he's going to elaborate on that particular law that you're talking about. But, most people, and especially legislatures at this point, if they're in a jurisdiction which is basically anti-gun, are rushing forward and trying to get their feet in the door and in front of their constituents as being some sort of a hero, something like that. And it's all about them being reelected. It really has very little to do with the laws in general. That's my personal feeling, that they're just out there securing votes as legislators will do. But you and I both know that Loughner, if there was a law out there about 1,000 feet presently, would that have stopped Loughner? Well, of course it would not have stopped Loughner, and I said that in my opening comment. So it's a ridiculous law. It's self-serving to the legislator, and that is as far as it goes.
Well, fortunately, we are seeing some backlash in terms of unintended civil consequences. And that is that there was a report on the news that handgun sales were up. So the people are voting in the most important poll through their actions. And of course, the other thing is, as these types of threats to our rights evolve, you see more and more people that are tuning into the issue, more and more gun owners, and saying, you know what, we better get involved in this ourselves. And so that can act as a galvanizing force to unify us. And I think if I had any message in today's segment, it would be to the viewers of Trigger Sports Live. And I know that many of you out there are not particularly engaged in the political struggle, and many of you are simply interested in sport shooting. You may be into shotguns, you may be into rifles, you may be into hunting, whatever that is. But I think the thing that cannot be overemphasized is that we are all in this together. You can't take one segment of gun owners and say, well, I don't see what you need to have a 30-round magazine for. That's not the issue. The point is, once they can start dividing and conquering, if this group over here falls, you will be next. Believe it. There are people who want to ban hunting in this country. There are people that want to make sure that you keep your shotgun locked up in a club that you belong to, and you can only take it out when you're there at the range. There are people who would like to see it altogether taken away, okay? And this includes to law enforcement. There are people who want you to have to lock your gun up at the end of your shift and then go home and join the rest of us. And folks, I can't say it strongly enough. We are in this together. We have to be unified. We have to have resolve in this, and we have to stay together. If you're not involved, I urge you to get involved. Find something. There's going to be an organization out there that's going to feel right to you, that's going to match your beliefs and your values. Stay with it. Be part of the protective effort. Because, again, I've been doing this for some time now, and I have never seen the climate as hostile as I have right now. And to be quite honest, it's troubling.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely, no, I absolutely agree with you. Divide and conquer is a method that they are using. And I think, and I'm going to throw in a plus here for the NRA, that is why the NRA is a single issue organization. You cannot divide the NRA. And I'm going to say something else too. This is a coffee cup. And I'm worried now that they'll pass some law that I can't have a coffee cup that looks like this.
I think in some areas you might find that might just be illegal, I sure would want to try to take it into my bag onto an airline past TSA, would you?
No, I was reluctant to bring it up in front of the camera.
David, thank you very much. James, tell me where you got that.
Actually, it was a Christmas gift from Kate, the girl that did the world map that you referred to. That was her Christmas gift to me this year, and I'm now using it. Frankly, it really feels good in my hand. I don't want to go there, though. Thank you very much, David. We'll see you next week.
James, take care.
Okay, bye-bye.